Welcome everyone to the Body Mechanix 6-week Healthy Lifestyle Challenge. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Lisa and Body Mechanix is my business. Firstly, I want to thank you and congratulate you for making the challenge to your lifestyle. These are going to make big changes to your life, and I really want to thank you for committing yourself to making those changes. For some of you, this may mean that you want to improve your diet and exercise more to lose some weight. Others might have some sort of condition like eczema. Right now it's summer, stinking hot, eczema is going to be pretty itchy. And improving your diet is just one way that you can help to control such conditions. Other people might have personal goals to run 1, 2 or 20 kilometres. And through doing this challenge, I can help you achieve those goals. This is not a lose weight quick scheme. I cannot do the work for you, and I do not give you all of the answers. All I can do for you is help you through this learning experience and educate you and give you all the pointers and all the tips and all the hints that I can. I'm also going to give you a little secret right now. I'm going to be doing this with you. I am guilty of eating too much, drinking too much, trying to cram far too much into my own life. I don't exercise enough for myself. Now some of you will sit there going, hold on a minute, you do at least 4 boot camps a week, and while that's true, I'm only doing them at half pace because I'm watching you, my clients, to make sure that your technique and your form is correct so that you don't injure yourself and that you get the most out of every single class. So in the interest of complete transparency, I'm going to be completely honest and provide you with my current weight and my current measurements. As of this morning, I am 71 kilos. My waist is 79 centimetres. My hips are 97 centimetres. Another area that you can measure to keep track of where you are losing weight is on your thighs. Now a good way to keep track of the same position so that you're always measuring the same spot, when you're standing up, make sure that your hands flat by your sides, and where your longest finger is, that's where you want to measure. That way you're always measuring in the same spot every time. Now if you want to send through your measurements to me on email to keep it private, you're welcome to do so. If you'd rather jump onto the Facebook website and share it with everyone so that you're accountable, you can do that too. Measurements is one way we can look at basing the prize money on, via percentage. The person who loses the most centimetres or kilos could be the winner. Alternatively, if you have a massive lifestyle change, for example like that person with eczema, who's made such changes to their lifestyle and their diet that they no longer suffer from the very red, scaly, itchy spots that they used to have, they could win. Obviously, kilos and measurements are easier to track, but keeping in contact and sharing your stories over the 6 weeks will also be really appreciated. While I personally don't focus much on my weight in kilograms, I am still aware that I've got a little bit of a spare tire on my tummy, and if my jeans fit better, I'd be a very happy lady. For some of us, our goals don't lie in our measurements or our weight in kilograms. For example, you might run 5 kilometres right now in an hour, but you want to get that down to 40 minutes. Submit this as your measurement, and we'll take a recording of where we are at today, and then we'll look again in 6 weeks' time and see who's made the best progress towards their goals. If you are doing kilos and measurements, don't jump on the scales for at least another 3 weeks. Doing a daily weigh-in is not a good indication of your progress. If anything, it's only going to stress you out more and put on more pressure than is necessary. So now, let's get started with the actual challenge. Your mission, should you choose to accept, is to visit your pantry. First thing we're going to do, grab a box. This is a bin. Into said box, we're going to place anything that's out of date. We're going to put anything that's not healthy and anything that is not going to help us on our journey to a better lifestyle into this box. Now, once you've filled your box, put it away, hide it. In 6 weeks' time, you can make the choice whether or not you're going to use these items that you've put away back into your pantry. Hopefully at the end of 6 weeks you feel, I don't want these things because they're not good for me. But at the end of 6 weeks, you may decide that you do actually want to put these in for that special occasion or that occasional treat. We're going to go and have a look at my pantry. Now, I'm a full-time student, a part-time worker, and I have this business on the side. So don't expect my pantry to look tidy, because I don't have any spare time, and that's part of my own personal goal, is to find more time for myself to relax and do things like clean out the pantry. So let's go. Let's see. Let's start on this shelf here. Extra virgin olive oil gets the tick. Stevia gets the tick. It's not sugar, but it tastes like sugar. Maple syrup goes in the bin. Honey gets a tick. Honey is a good natural source, just don't pile it on. There's nuts, they get the tick. What else have we got? Ritz up the back. Bet you anything, these are out of date. Ah, look at that. If you can see that. Whoops, there we go. June, last 2 years ago. Wow, I think that might just go straight into the bin. Let's look at the next level. We've got a lot of these whatever you want to call them, type meals. These are not ideal. These are pre-made, processed. They need to go into the bin. 60-second brown rice, not great. Bin. These are alright as a snack, but they are pretty high in sodium, salt. Not ideal. Bin. Tartlets, they're definitely going in the bin. Basmati rice is not a bad choice as far as rice goes. That's the sort of food that we're going to minimise during this challenge. But it is a long grain, so if you do need to have rice, that's not a bad choice. But coming across here, white processed self-raising flour. The only reason we'd have this is to bake cakes, and we're not doing that. Bin. Taco wraps, they're alright, not great. They're probably out of date. Yep, November 2010. Bin. Got more flour. Bin. Don't need flour. If you are going to bake, here's a good alternative to flour. Almond meal. Nuts, nothing else. They're much lower GI, much better for you, much easier processed. We've got lentils up the back there, they're fine. More flour, sugar. Let's get rid of the white sugar. Highly processed, not wanted. Brown sugar, I'm going to allow you to keep. It's less processed. That and like your cane sugar, as long as it's less processed, you can keep it, because for certain things, like making a Thai sauce for example, that will require some brown sugar. These are the devil. These are so bad for you. They're totally pre-processed and totally going in the bin. Coming across, we have stock. Stock will keep. Ugh, bread mix. We're not having bread. Let's avoid bread. Bin. The bin's overflowing. More sugar. What else have we got? All this stuff that needs to go into the bin. Marshmallows. 100% sugar, 100% in the bin. They're actually really hard. They are so old. Oh, down here we've got some tinned corn and baked beans. They're not ideal because they're not fresh, but really, who can be bothered making these from scratch? So baked beans are fine, tinned vegetables are fine. Again, fresh is better. We need to clean out this level, obviously. Tinned soup, not ideal. Fresh again is better, but that sort of thing I'll allow us to keep. Creamy mayonnaise, not great. Bin. We've got spices. We have jasmine rice, which is quite high GI because it's quite a short grain. That's going in the bin. Egg noodles, ideal. Pre-made pasta sauces. Got a few of them in here. Look, it's better if you can grab passata and then add your own, or even better still, boil down your own tomatoes from scratch, but who has the time or the inclination to do that? Over here we have oat bran. Keep, good, not too processed, has the hull from the grain still on it, so that's a good thing. LSA, this is another really good thing. And these are really easy to add to yogurt and cereal and things like that. Gluten-free spaghetti, better than normal spaghetti, but it's still going in the bin. Tricotar's the devil. These are so high in sodium. Terrible. That's more stevia, which is a sugar replacement. Drinking chocolate, bin. Soda stream cordials, bin. This is wheat jam in here. Wheat jam is, again, pre-processed, so it's good for you because it's still got the hull from the grains. I think I'm going to be here all day, but you get a bit of a picture of what you need to keep and what you need to chuck. Take out your pasta. Angel hair pasta, gone. We really want to minimise things like that. Potatoes, take them out. Let's get them gone. But you know, keep the good things like the nuts, keep the beans, keep the legumes, keep the rice, ditch the flour. Can keep couscous, it's not too bad. 2-minute noodles, let's get rid of those. Anything processed and pre-packaged is what we want to get rid of essentially. But then, whoops, anything, crumbs, anything whole, like nuts, that isn't processed within an inch of its life, let's keep it. We've got here polenta, that'll be alright, we'll keep that. Biscuits, we'll get rid of them. They've been opened too, they might just go straight in the bin. So you go into your own pantries, pull out all of the foods that you don't think are very good. So anything, as I said, anything white, like flour and rice, anything processed like pasta, biscuits, sweets, sugar, all that sort of stuff. Keep all your spices, keep your tinned vegetables, keep your tinned, look, we've got some salmon here. No, that's tuna. You can't even see that tuna. That sort of stuff is fine. Again, fresh is best, but in reality, you know, we can't all make everything 100% fresh. Your sauces, use these sparingly because they are high in sugar. Like this, for example, 55 grams per 100 grams. That's over 50% sugar. That's really, really bad, and you probably can't see that. Now you can. That's quite bad. So you'd actually use those really sparingly, but you know, to add a bit of flavour. So your challenge now is to go into your pantries and pull out everything that you think doesn't belong there, using what I've just gone through with you as a guideline. You can put those things into a box and put them away for the next 6 weeks, or you could just put them straight into the green bin outside. Either way, it's up to you, and see if you want to keep them, see how you feel in 6 weeks' time about putting them back into your pantry. You know, we're aiming to not use processed foods. We're aiming to avoid things like white flour and white sugar, because all of those things are so processed. They're really not good for us. We don't digest them very well at all. While we're talking about setting goals and taking measurements, I want to have a quick discussion about things such as the body mass index, or BMI. Please don't take this for gospel. If I was to calculate my BMI, I'm on the border of healthy and overweight. I don't think many people would look at me and think that I was overweight. What BMI doesn't take into consideration is your body type. For example, I do a fair bit of body weight and weights work, therefore I probably have a bit more muscle tone than a lot of people do, and the BMI doesn't take this into consideration. Muscle weighs more than fat. So that is why I believe that my BMI puts me on the verge of being overweight. Of course, it is a guideline, If you are in, obese, overweight sort of categories, and you can see within yourself that, yeah, I need to lose a few kilos, do pay attention to that. Don't pay attention to the category. Some of the important measurements that you do need to pay attention to is your hip to weight ratio, because that can be an indicator of cardiovascular disease. It's always good to make sure that you bring those measurements down as low as possible. Make sure that when you're setting your goals, they are realistic and they are achievable. 6 weeks may not be long enough, but it is a good start to set yourself on the way to a healthier lifestyle overall. If you have any questions whatsoever, you are more than welcome to send me an email, a text, a phone call at any time. Please try not to call me at 4 in the morning. I wouldn't be very happy about that. But otherwise, good luck. Well done. Congratulations on choosing today to start your Healthy Lifestyle Challenge, and I wish you all the best.